The massive chamber of the Galactic Council glowed with soft blue light. 200 beings from different worlds sat in curved rows that rose high like a giant bowl. Some looked almost human. Others had scales, tentacles, or bodies made of light. They all came here every 100 years to talk about important matters in the galaxy. Today, they talked about Earth. Ambassador Zixtar moved to the center platform. His skin shimmered purple under the lights. 4 arms emerged from his silken robe as he activated the holographic display. Images of Earth appeared, cities, oceans, and humans building rockets. Esteemed colleagues, Zixtar's voice echoed through the chamber. For 50 years we have watched the humans. They develop technology faster than any species we have seen before. Their weapons grow more deadly each year. Murmurs spread through the audience. An elder representative with skin like tree bark raised a gnarled hand. I have studied their entertainment broadcasts, the elder said. They constantly imagine wars with aliens. Their most popular stories show them defeating advanced civilizations. Another representative, a being made of shimmering gas contained in a floating metal suit, moved forward. Yet they also show great creativity. Their music alone has more variety than 10 other worlds combined. That is why they are dangerous, Zixtar countered. Unpredictable, violent, creative. And now they plan to expand beyond their world. The preliminary reports show they may develop faster than light travel within just 30 years. The chamber grew quiet. Faster than light technology usually took species thousands of years to develop after discovering space travel. Humans were moving too fast. What do you propose? Asked the council leader, an ancient being whose actual form was hidden beneath flowing silver robes. Protective oversight, Zixtar said simply. We bring Earth into the galactic community now, but with limits. We control their development. We give them some technology, but restrict others. They become a client species until they prove themselves ready for full membership. That means taking away their freedom, said Ambassador Krell, a small blue-skinned being. Has any species ever accepted such terms peacefully? It is better than the alternative, Zixtar replied. If they develop on their own, they may become a threat to galactic peace. The debate lasted for hours. Some argued that humans deserved the chance to develop naturally. Others feared what humans might become without guidance. In the back row, Ambassador Drell of the Vex Confederation leaned toward his aide. Have we forgotten the Tarjan incident, when we tried to control them? That was different, the aide whispered back. The Tarjans were less advanced than humans, and they still managed to cause havoc for 20 years before we granted them independence, Drell said. Humans are more resourceful. This will not end well. But Drell's concerns went unheard by most. When the vote came, it was close. 108 in favor of intervention, 92 against. The motion passes, announced the council leader. Earth will be brought under protective oversight. Ambassador Zixtar, prepare a delegation. Senior diplomat Neveroth will lead the first contact team. Neveroth stood from her seat. Her silver eyes reflected the light as she bowed to the council. Her species was known for diplomatic skill, having brought 17 worlds into the Galactic Council peacefully. I accept this duty, she said. We will explain to the humans that this is for their benefit. They will receive medical technology that will end their diseases, energy systems that will solve their climate problems. And in exchange, they must simply accept our guidance and resource management. As the council adjourned, Ambassador Drell walked slowly toward the exit. His aide noticed his worried expression. You think this will fail? The aide asked. I think, Drell said quietly, that we have just made the biggest mistake in 5,000 years. The humans will not react as we expect. They never do. Across the galaxy, the Council's ships prepared for the journey to Earth. They would arrive in 6 days, and nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again. Colonel Frank Bennett sipped his black coffee on the quiet morning at Nellis Air Force Base. The Nevada sun was just rising, painting the sky orange and pink. He looked over reports while enjoying these peaceful moments before the day truly began. The alarm shattered that peace. Red lights flashed as sirens wailed across the base. Frank jumped to his feet, coffee forgotten. His phone rang immediately. "Colonel Bennett," he answered, already moving toward the command center. "Sir, you need to see this," said the breathless voice of Lieutenant Amy Garcia. "All global radar systems are tracking an object that just appeared in orbit. It's huge." "Asteroid?" Frank asked, breaking into a run. "No, sir. It's slowing down, and it's broadcasting on every frequency, every single one." Within minutes, Frank stood in the command center, staring at screens filled with data. The object was almost a mile long. It had appeared from nowhere, defying all known physics. "What are they saying?" Frank asked. No one questioned what he meant by they. "Nothing yet. Just a signal that repeats. It's..." Amy was cut off when every screen in the room suddenly showed the same image. A group of beings, clearly not human, sitting at a long table. "People of Earth," said a tall, silver-eyed female at the center. "I am Senior Diplomat Nevroth of the Galactic Council. We come with important news about your world's future." Similar scenes played out in military bases, television stations, and government offices worldwide. Within hours, the alien vessel sent smaller ships to land on the White House lawn. President Elaine Murray stood with Secretary of Defense Richard Harmon as the aliens emerged. News cameras broadcast everything. People around the world watched, some in fear, others in wonder. Nevroth walked toward the human leaders with perfect grace. Her skin was pale blue, her eyes large and silver. She looked almost human except for the extra joint in her long fingers and the slight glow of her skin. "President Murray," she said, her voice musical, "the Galactic Council has voted to bring Earth into our community." Inside the White House, away from cameras, the real meeting began. Nevroth and 3 other aliens sat across from Earth's hastily gathered leaders. "Let me be clear," Nevroth said. "This is not a request. The Council has voted. Earth is now under protective oversight." "Meaning what exactly?" President Murray asked, her voice steady despite the situation. "We will provide technology to solve your energy crisis, cure your diseases, and end poverty," Nevroth said. "In exchange, we will manage your resource consumption and limit certain technological developments we deem dangerous." Richard Harmon leaned forward. "You're saying you'll control our destiny." "We are saying we will guide it," Nevroth corrected, "for your own protection and the galaxy's." "And if we refuse?" Murray asked. Nevroth's expression didn't change. That option was not included in the Council's vote. The meeting lasted hours. When it ended, Murray and Harmon walked in silence to a secure room deep beneath the White House. "Get me Dr. Olivia Mason," Murray told her aide. "Now." 20 minutes later, Dr. Mason entered. She was a NASA scientist with dark curly hair and tired eyes that suggested she hadn't slept since the aliens arrived. "Madam President," Olivia said, "I assume this is about the signals." "You were right," Murray said. "Tell us everything." Olivia opened her laptop. "For 3 years, I've been tracking anomalous signals from deep space. They're not from the Council. Someone else has been trying to contact us." "Who?" Harmon asked. "I don't know yet, but their messages suggest the Council isn't as united as they claim. And Earth isn't the first world they've tried to control." Harmon looked at the president. "So we have potential allies." "Maybe," Olivia said. "But first we need to respond to the Council." President Murray stood and looked out the small window at the night sky. "Tell them no," she said simply. "Earth belongs to humanity. We didn't come this far to hand over our freedom to anyone, even well-meaning aliens." As Nevroth received the message, her silver eyes widened slightly. No world had ever simply refused the Council before. This would complicate everything. 3 months passed since Earth said no to the Galactic Council. Now huge alien ships floated in orbit, blocking Earth from the rest of space. Any rocket that tried to leave was turned back. New satellites could not be launched. The Council called it a blockade. They said it would stay until Earth accepted their rule. Deep under the Rocky Mountains, in a secret base carved from solid rock, Dr. Olivia Mason worked without stopping. The room hummed with computers and strange equipment. Maps of stars covered the walls. Olivia had not seen sunlight in weeks. "I think I've got it," she said, pushing her curly hair away from her tired eyes. Navy Commander Alan Phillips looked up from his desk. His uniform was wrinkled from too many hours of work. "You broke the code." "Yes." Olivia pointed to her screen where strange symbols flashed. "These messages are from a group calling themselves the Liberation Network. They're sending us plans." Kate Rodriguez, a young woman with bright eyes and quick hands, looked over Olivia's shoulder. At 25, Kate was the best computer expert in the country. Plans for what? "For how to beat the Council's detection systems," Olivia said. "These people, whoever they are, want to help us." Commander Phillips studied the strange designs on the screen. "Can we trust them?" "We don't have much choice," Olivia said. "But look at this part of the message. They say Earth isn't the first world the Council tried to control. Many planets have been forced to join. Some have been fighting back in secret for centuries." Phillips pressed a button on his desk. "Get Colonel Bennett down here." Frank Bennett arrived 10 minutes later. He looked different now. Thinner, harder. He had spent 3 months building Earth's space defense force in secret. "What did you find?" he asked without greeting. Olivia showed him the decoded messages. "Blueprints. Ways to change our ships so they can't be detected. Communication devices the Council can't track." "Who sent them?" "They call themselves the Liberation Network. They're made up of different alien species who believe every world should be free to choose its own path." Frank studied the plans. "If these work, we could slip a small ship past the blockade." "That's what they want," Olivia said. "They're asking for a meeting on the dark side of the moon." In another part of the base, hundreds of pilots trained on new simulators. They practiced flying ships that didn't exist yet, spacecraft designed from a mix of Earth technology and the alien plans. Men and women who once flew jets now learned to fight in space. Captain Lisa Wright climbed out of a simulator, sweat on her face. "How did I do?" Her instructor nodded. "Better. You lasted 3 minutes against a Council patrol ship." "Not good enough," Lisa said, and got back in. Above them, hidden screens showed the work being done in massive underground hangars. Engineers built strange-looking spacecraft, following plans that combined human ideas with alien technology. President Murray met with world leaders by secure video link. The meeting was guarded by every security measure Earth had. "The ships will be ready in 2 weeks," she told them. "Dr. Mason's team has adapted the alien designs to our technology. We can get past the blockade." The Russian president frowned. "To do what?" "We cannot fight the entire Council." "Not to fight," Murray said. "To make contact with these allies. The Liberation Network says nearly half the Council members voted against controlling Earth. We don't need to defeat all of them. We just need to convince enough to change their vote." Back in the laboratory, Olivia worked with Kate to build a new communication device based on the alien plans. It looked simple, just a small silver cube, but it could send messages that the Council could not detect. "If this works," Olivia said, "we can talk to our new friends without the Council knowing." Kate connected the final wire. The cube glowed with soft blue light. "Let's find out who's really out there," she said. 1,000 miles above them, Council ships continued their silent watch, unaware that Earth was not as helpless as they thought. The small ship flew silently through space. It had no lights. Its engines left no heat trail. To anyone watching, it was invisible. Commander Alan Phillips sat in the pilot's seat, flying toward the dark side of the moon. "Any sign they've spotted us?" he asked. Dr. Olivia Mason checked her screens. "Nothing. The Council ships haven't changed position. They don't know we're here." The ship carried only 6 people, Commander Phillips, Dr. Mason, Kate Rodriguez, and 3 soldiers specially trained for space operations. They wore new space suits designed based on the Liberation Network's plans. "We're approaching the meeting point," Phillips said. "Everyone stay alert. This could still be a trap." The ship moved into the shadow of the moon, where Earth and the Council ships could not see them. There, in the darkness, something waited. A small craft, unlike any they had seen before. It was shaped like a teardrop and glowed faintly with blue light. "They're here," Kate whispered. Phillips landed their ship 100 yards from the alien vessel. "Olivia, Kate with me. The rest of you stay here. If anything goes wrong, get back to Earth fast." The 3 humans stepped onto the moon's surface. Their boots left prints in the dust as they walked toward the alien ship. A door opened in its side, and light spilled out. A figure stepped onto the moon. It was tall and moved with grace. Its suit was not bulky like human spacesuits, but fit like a second skin. The figure raised a hand in greeting. "I am Captain Liriva," said a voice through their helmet radios, "of the Liberation Network. Thank you for meeting us." Inside the alien ship, they sat around a small table. Captain Liriva removed her helmet, revealing a face that looked almost human except for her gold skin and eyes that reflected light like a cat's. "My people were the first the Council tried to control," she said. 600 years ago. We accepted their rule then. It was a mistake." "Why help us?" Phillips asked directly. "Because you said no," Liriva smiled. "Do you know how rare that is? Most worlds are awed by Council technology. They accept control for the benefits. When they realize what they've lost, it's too late." "What exactly have they lost?" Olivia asked. "Freedom to choose their own path. The Council decides which technologies are safe for each world. They control resources, trade, even culture in some cases. They mean well, but they fear what they cannot control." Liriva touched a control, and a hologram appeared above the table. It showed the Galactic Council chamber they had seen in Earth's first contact. "Here is what you need to know," she said. The vote to control Earth was close, 108 to 92. Many Council members are uncomfortable with forcing worlds to join. If you can convince just 9 members to change their votes, you can force a new decision. "How do we do that?" Kate asked. "We can't even get past the blockade." Liriva smiled again. "That's why I'm here." She handed them small devices that looked like silver discs. "Shield technology. With these, you can modify your ships to pass through the blockade undetected." "Why give us this?" Phillips asked, suspicious. "What do you want in return?" "A chance for change," Liriva said simply. "The Council has ruled for thousands of years. Many of us believe it's time for a new approach. Alliance instead of control. Earth is the perfect world to prove this point." "Because we're stubborn," Olivia asked with a small smile. "Because you're innovative," Liriva corrected. "Most species develop slowly, cautiously. Humans leap forward. You try things others consider impossible. The Council fears this. We admire it." She showed them more holograms. Council ships, defense systems, communication networks. "You cannot defeat the Council with weapons," she told them. "But you might change their minds. Show them humanity's value as allies rather than subjects." As they prepared to leave, Liriva gave them one more device, a small cube of crystal. "This contains our complete database on Council members," she said. "Study it. Find those who might support you. The Council is not as united as they want you to believe." Back on their ship, Phillips looked at Olivia and Kate. "Well, do we trust them?" Olivia held up the shield device. "We're about to find out." Their ship activated the new shields and flew directly toward a Council patrol vessel. The patrol passed within a mile of them, but showed no reaction. The shields worked perfectly. Earth now had a way through the blockade. The real plan could begin. President Elaine Murray stood before the United Nations. Leaders from every country watched her speak. Screens showed her face to billions of people around the world. "Today I share news that will change our future," she said. "We are not alone in opposing the Galactic Council's control. We have made contact with the Liberation Network, a group of species who believe in freedom for all worlds." Whispers filled the room. Hope appeared on faces that had shown only worry for months. "The network has given us technology to bypass the Council's blockade," Murray continued. "But they have also shown us something more important. The Council itself is divided. Many members regret the vote to control Earth. We don't need to defeat the Council with weapons. We need to convince them that humans are more valuable as free allies than as controlled subjects." In a secure room beneath the UN building, the real planning happened. Colonel Frank Bennett spread maps across a large table. Dr. Olivia Mason and Kate Rodriguez explained their plan to world leaders. "The Council fears our unpredictability," Olivia said. "But that's actually our strength. Humans solve problems in ways other species don't think of." Kate stepped forward. "I've developed a special computer program. It's not designed to attack Council systems. Instead, it will show them what humans can do." "A virus?" asked the German Chancellor. "More like a demonstration," Kate explained. "It will enter their communication systems and improve them while showing examples of human creativity and problem-solving. Not destroying, enhancing." Frank pointed to designs for modified spacecraft. "Meanwhile, we'll launch these vessels, not to attack, but to demonstrate human technology. Show them what we can do when we're free to innovate. And I'll address the Council directly," President Murray said. "Offer them a new kind of relationship, alliance instead of control. They might still attack," warned the Chinese president. Dr. Mason nodded. "That's why we've adapted the SHIELD technology from the Liberation Network. We can protect our key infrastructure. Not forever, but long enough to make our point." The plan was set. Over the next 2 weeks, Earth prepared. Engineers worked day and night to build the special ships. Kate refined her program. Olivia prepared Earth's defenses. In orbit, Council ships noticed unusual energy readings from Earth. Senior diplomat Nevrath reported to the Council. "The humans are planning something," she said. "We detect unusual power signatures." Ambassador Zixtar's face showed on her screen. "Prepare to increase pressure. We cannot allow them to develop weapons." "Is that what they're doing?" Nevrath asked. "Our scans are confused. These energy patterns don't match any weapons we know." "It doesn't matter." The Council's vote was clear. Earth must accept oversight. On Earth, the final preparations were made. Kate sat at her computer, surrounded by screens. "The program is ready," she told Olivia. "Once it enters their systems, it will show them our best ideas, our art, our science, things they've never seen before." Olivia watched as the modified ships were loaded with examples of human achievement. Music, literature, scientific discoveries, philosophical ideas. "Not weapons," she said quietly. "Knowledge." Colonel Bennett reviewed the mission with his pilots. "Remember, this isn't a battle. It's a demonstration. Show them what humans can do. Make them see us as equals." Captain Lisa Wright, who would lead the small fleet, nodded. "We'll make humanity proud, sir." President Murray prepared her address to the Galactic Council. Her words needed to be perfect. This was humanity's chance to change their future. In his private quarters, Ambassador Drell of the Vex Confederation received a secret message from Captain Liriva. "The humans are ready," she wrote. "They have chosen a path no species has tried before. Not war, not surrender. Something new." Drell smiled. Perhaps his warnings to the Council would finally be proven right. Humans were indeed unlike any species they had encountered before. The time had come to show the galaxy what humanity could do. Earth's small fleet rose through the clouds. 12 ships, each built with a mix of human technology and alien designs. They glowed softly in the morning sun. Captain Lisa Wright led them in the flagship called Discovery. "All ships report," she said calmly. "Harmony ready," came the first response. Curiosity ready. Innovation ready. One by one, all ships confirmed they were prepared. Their names had been chosen carefully, not names of war, but names of human qualities. Colonel Frank Bennett watched from mission control. "Good luck," he said to Lisa. "Remember, this isn't a fight. It's a conversation." The fleet rose higher, then activated their special engines. These engines used the shield technology from the Liberation Network. They hid the ships from normal detection, but gave off a special signal that the Council would notice. In orbit, the Council ships detected the approaching fleet. Alarms sounded. Weapons charged. "Unidentified vessels approaching," reported a Council officer to senior diplomat Neverov. "They appear to be Earth ships, but using technology they shouldn't have." "Surround them," Neverov ordered. "Demand they surrender." 20 Council ships moved to encircle Earth's small fleet. They were massive compared to the human vessels. Their weapons could destroy Lisa's ships in seconds. "Earth vessels," Neverov's voice came through the radio. "You have violated the blockade. Power down and prepare to be boarded." Lisa took a deep breath. "Now," she said to her crew. Instead of powering down, the Earth ships began broadcasting. Not threats or demands, but something completely unexpected. From the harmony came Earth's greatest music, everything from classical symphonies to jazz to indigenous songs from cultures around the world. The music filled the Council ships, playing through their communication systems. From Curiosity came scientific discoveries, theories and experiments that showed how humans approached problems differently than other species. The information flowed directly into Council data systems. Each ship broadcast something unique about humanity: art, literature, philosophy, engineering designs, mathematical theories, medical breakthroughs, the full range of human achievement and creativity. At the same time, on Earth, Kate Rodriguez activated her program. It spread through the Council's galaxy-wide network in seconds, but it didn't attack or destroy. Instead, it enhanced their systems while demonstrating human problem-solving approaches that no other species had tried before. Council technicians watched in amazement as their systems became faster, more efficient, more elegant. "What is happening?" demanded Ambassador Zixtar from Council headquarters. "The humans," a technician replied. "They're not attacking. They're improving our systems." Around Earth, Dr. Olivia Mason activated the planetary shield. It didn't cover the whole planet. That would be impossible. But it protected key cities and facilities. The shield shimmered into existence, operating on principles that Council scientists had declared theoretically impossible. In space, Captain Lisa opened a channel to all Council ships. "We come to demonstrate, not to fight," she said. "Humanity offers its unique perspectives and abilities to the galaxy, but as equals, not as subjects." On Council ships, officers and crew watched and listened. They had expected resistance, maybe even crude attacks. Instead, they received beauty, innovation, and new ideas that none had imagined before. In the Galactic Council chamber, President Murray appeared on the main screen. Her image was being broadcast to all 200-member worlds simultaneously, using Kate's enhanced communication system. "Honorable representatives of the Galactic Council," Murray said, "Earth does not reject friendship with the galaxy. We reject control. Today we demonstrate what humans can offer as allies rather than subjects." She gestured to images showing how Kate's program had improved Council systems, how the Earth ships were broadcasting human achievements, how the shield protecting Earth used principles no Council scientist had discovered. "This is merely a sample of what humans can contribute as free partners in galactic affairs," Murray continued. "Imagine what we could accomplish together if we worked as equals." The Council chamber erupted in discussion. Many representatives leaned forward, clearly interested. Others looked concerned or angry. Ambassador Zixtar stood up, his purple skin darkening with emotion. "This changes nothing. The vote has been taken. Earth must accept oversight." But not everyone agreed. For the first time in centuries, the Council faced something truly unexpected. And they didn't know how to respond. The Galactic Council chamber had never seen such chaos. Representatives from 200 worlds argued loudly. Some demanded immediate action against Earth. Others called for a new vote. The council leader tried to restore order by banging a ceremonial staff against the floor. "This meeting will come to order," the leader shouted. The noise slowly died down. Ambassador Zixtar moved to the central platform. His purple skin had darkened to almost black with anger. "These humans have violated council law," he said. "They have used restricted technology. They have infiltrated our systems. This proves they cannot be trusted with freedom." Murmurs filled the room. But then another figure stepped forward. Ambassador Drell of the Vex Confederation. "What I see is not a threat," Drell said calmly. "I see a species showing us their value. Their ships carry no weapons. Their program improved our systems instead of damaging them. Why do we fear this?" "Because they refuse control," Zixtar shouted. "Perhaps that is why they have so much to offer," Drell replied. "New ideas come from freedom, not control." The debate continued for hours. Reports came in from council ships around Earth. Each described how the human fleet was sharing knowledge, art, and innovation. Council scientists were especially excited about several human theories that offered new approaches to old problems. Then something unexpected happened. Captain Lirava walked into the council chamber. Many representatives gasped. She had been missing for years, thought to be dead. "I speak for the Liberation Network," Lirava announced. "For too long, the council has forced worlds to join instead of inviting them as equals. This has not made us stronger. It has made us weaker." "Arrest her," Zixtar demanded. "The Liberation Network is an illegal organization." Council security officers moved toward Lirava. But then 12 representatives stood up from their seats. They were from some of the oldest and most powerful worlds in the galaxy. "If you arrest her, you must arrest us too," said the elder of Tharsis, a being so ancient that his skin looked like stone. "We have supported the Liberation Network in secret for years. We have watched the council lose its way." The chamber fell silent. No one had expected this. Some of the council's most respected members were admitting they had helped the very group Zixtar called criminals. "Look at what the humans have shown us today," Lirava continued. "They didn't attack. They shared. They improved. They showed what free allies can offer that controlled subjects cannot." Images appeared around the chamber. Council ships receiving human broadcasts. Council systems running more efficiently with Kate's program. The impossible shield protecting Earth. "I propose a new vote," said the elder of Tharsis. "Cancel the oversight of Earth. Offer them full membership instead." Zixtar's face twisted with rage. "This is against all procedure. The original vote stands." "Actually," said the council leader slowly, "our oldest laws allow a new vote if significant new information emerges. I believe today qualifies." Representatives began talking excitedly among themselves. Many who had voted for controlling Earth now looked uncertain. The elder species who had abstained before were now actively supporting Earth. "Before we vote," said Ambassador Drell, "I suggest we ask ourselves an important question. Do we want a galaxy of subjects following our orders, or a galaxy of allies contributing their unique perspectives?" In Earth orbit, Captain Lisa Wright received updates from the Liberation Network's agents in the Council. "What's happening?" Colonel Bennett asked over the secure channel. "They're taking a new vote," Lisa replied. "And it looks like many are changing their position." On Earth, President Murray waited in her office. Dr. Mason and Kate Rodriguez sat with her, watching the communication device from the Liberation Network. Its light blinked rapidly as messages came in. "The Council is divided," Olivia read aloud, "but the tide is turning in our favor." Kate smiled. "Turns out the galaxy needs what humans have to offer, just not as servants." Around the world, people looked up at the sky and waited to learn their fate. But for the first time in months, they waited with hope instead of fear. 1 year later, the Great Hall of the United Nations glowed with lights from 100 worlds. Beings of all shapes and sizes filled the room, some looking almost human, others completely alien. Above them hung the new symbol of Earth's place in the galaxy, a blue and green planet with stars surrounding it in a circle of friendship, not control. President Elaine Murray stood at the center, dressed in formal clothes for this historic day. Beside her, Captain Liriva of the Liberation Network and the Elder of Tharsis waited with dignity. On a long table before them lay the document known as the Sol Accords, the new framework for galactic cooperation. Today marks 1 year since the Galactic Council took their second vote, Murray said to the assembled delegates. That vote changed everything, not just for Earth, but for the entire galaxy. The final tally had been 137 to 63 in favor of offering Earth full membership rather than forced oversight. The Council had never reversed a decision so dramatically before. The Sol Accords represent a new beginning, Murray continued. A galaxy where worlds join by choice, not by force, where each species contributes its unique gifts as equals. One by one, representatives came forward to sign the document. The Elder of Tharsis signed for the oldest Council worlds. Captain Liriva signed for the Liberation Network, which was now recognized as a legitimate political organization, and President Murray signed for Earth. When the ceremony ended, Murray walked through the crowd to where Colonel Frank Bennett, now General Bennett, stood in his new uniform. The stars on his collar represented not just Earth, but his new role as leader of Earth's first official diplomatic fleet. "Are your ships ready, General?" Murray asked. "Yes, Madam President. We leave tomorrow to visit our new allies." Not too bad for a man who was just enjoying his morning coffee when the aliens arrived, Murray said with a smile. In another part of the hall, Dr. Olivia Mason and Captain Liriva discussed their new project, the Interspecies Innovation Institute. Scientists from 50 worlds would work together there, solving problems by combining their different evolutionary perspectives. "Did you ever imagine this outcome when you first tracked those signals?" Liriva asked. Olivia shook her head. "Never. I thought we might find allies, but changing the entire galaxy, that seemed impossible." Kate Rodriguez joined them, carrying a small device of her own design. It combined Council technology with human programming in ways no one had tried before. "The new communication network is online," she said. "It's 30 times faster than the old Council system." Turns out human computer science had some tricks that even 1,000-year-old civilizations never discovered. Outside, ordinary people from Earth mingled with visitors from distant stars. Children showed alien guests how to play simple games. Musicians from different worlds tried to play together, creating strange but beautiful sounds. Not far away, Ambassador Zixtar watched from the shadows. He had lost his position after the vote, but had come to Earth as an observer. "It should not have worked," he said to his aide. "Humans were too unpredictable, too dangerous." "Perhaps that is why it did work," the aide replied. "They surprised everyone, even themselves." In the Galactic Council's Great Chamber, now reformed and reorganized, Ambassador Drell addressed the representatives. Screens showed the signing ceremony on Earth. "1 year ago, we faced a choice," Drell said. "Control or cooperation, fear or friendship. We chose wisely, though many doubted at the time." The new council leader nodded. "The humans have brought more change in 1 year than we saw in the previous century. Some find this unsettling." "Change was needed," Drell said simply. "We had become too comfortable, too certain of our way. The humans reminded us that there are always new paths to discover." As night fell on Earth, people looked up at the stars with new eyes. Those distant lights were no longer mysterious and unreachable. They were the homes of friends, partners, and allies in a galaxy that had been forever changed, because Earth had simply said no to control and yes to cooperation. The Galactic Council's vote to control Earth had indeed backfired spectacularly, and the entire galaxy was better for it.